The third and final week of the preseason is here. A fourth exhibition game is a thing of the past. It's the Giants and the Jets, and it's coming right up on EA Sports.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Today, it's week 3 of the preseason, and we've got a good one in store. Between the New York Giants and their inner-city rivals, the New York Jets. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you, and now we sit, CD, at week 3 of the preseason, and this is the one that the coaches probably think is pretty valuable, right?
Certainly. This is the dress rehearsal. This is the one where your starters are going to play. You might even game plan a little bit more than you do with a normal preseason game, and then you've got to decide, do you bring them back after halftime and get them going again in the third quarter so they're ready to go when the regular season begins? I'm eager to see how these coaches will handle that.
Greg Zuerlein set to get us started here, and off we go from MetLife Stadium. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Here come the Giants, led out by their former 6th overall pick out of Duke back in 2019. Daniel Jones under center.
New York State committed to Daniel Jones for a 4th season, but also made this a decisive year by declining his 5th-year option. 2022 looks like Jones' final chance to prove he can be the franchise face for the Giants, and he does have a cadre of weapons that he'll need to top his career highs of 3,000 yards and 24 touchdowns that he set as a rookie.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And some room to maneuver. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 31 yards there and a first down. Well, with Saquon Barkley, you often think of the elusiveness, the quickness, but he can definitely run with purpose as well, and he's able to shed a tackler there and continue on.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
Now Jones. He dumps it off to Barkley, and he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. On second down, here's Barkley. And he's going to get this down close to a first at about the Jets' 34. Throwing, Jones. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
Barkley on first down, going to work his way forward only for about a couple there. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Jones. He's got this complete to Robinson. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So not quite a first and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. They'll run for the first time here with Matt Breida. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. On third down, Jones. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So Jones off, Graham Gano on here for the New York Giants field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Gano's kick is good, and the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. Well, they moved the ball well there on the opening series. Running game was in sync. They were knocking on the doorstep, but ultimately, Charles, they'll have to settle for the field goal.
Well, they certainly were moving it well, and give this defense a ton of credit. Finally dug their heels in and forced the field goal. That's one of his game partner. Will this offense look back at this drive and think to themselves, if we'd gotten 6, we'd be in a better spot.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. Bringing him out is the future Hall of Famer, now in his 18th NFL season, Aaron Rodgers.
I remember watching him in college and seeing a guy that you knew had great potential, but I don't know that anyone knew that we would see how he would blossom as an NFL player who will go down as one of the all-time great quarterbacks. Can make every throw from every angle with terrific mobility, and he knows how to win games, always in contention for a championship.
Throwing again on second down. Rodgers, he finds Corey Davis. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Rodgers now on first down. They're able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. To throw again on second down. Rodgers completes it to Hardman. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. On first and 10, here's Rodgers. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Rodgers to throw. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Credit that to the former Georgia Bulldog, Azeez Ojulari getting in there to bring him down.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. Second and manageable became third and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Now it's Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on fourth down. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start first and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Jones finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
So many times in my career, coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. Only able to gain a couple there. And it'll be second down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Here's the option going left on second down. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 14 yards that time, and a first down on the keeper. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Jones throw complete here to Waller. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. On second down, there's the option going left. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that will make it 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Now the first running back drafted in April, this is Breece Hall. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. They'll run with Hall. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril. Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now the veteran Thomas Morstead on to punt it away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Giants going to take over again on offense. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone. And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it. And he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out. Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. To throw on third down, Jones. 6 yards in the wrong direction that time. Not only that, but it brings up 4th. On 4th down, Jamie Gillen on to punt for the Giants. Hardman on the return. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for. Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, Everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Looking to throw again on second down. Rodgers. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. On third down, here's Hall. And he'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. From just shy of midfield, Rodgers firing quickly, but it's incomplete. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Well, that one hurts. I mean, it was 3rd down, of course, but now the penalty, and we're back to 1st down.
Yeah, it hurts momentum in a big way, and they built that up here in the early going. Now, that leaves the opposition with a 1st down. That's a mistake you don't want to make at this point in the game.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
First carry for the former Tar Heel, Michael Carter. And this one also slow and developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice. Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
New York set to take the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. It's a gain of 4 there and gives them a new set of downs.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. On 2nd and 10. Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he is going to lose yardage here. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
6-0 our score after 1. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter. And this offense on third down today, 2 for 5 to this point. This is third down and 12. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. John Franklin Myers, the one in there to drop him.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
On fourth down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. A reminder, opening weekend definitely in sight now. Thursday, September 8th, that's when it all gets going. The defending champs, LA Rams, hosting the team that many think could win the AFC, the Buffalo Bills. Charles and I will be there, and then we got some great matchups on that Sunday as well. Kansas City and Arizona, Raiders and the Chargers, and on Sunday night, Tom Brady, yeah, he's back, and his Bucs are heading to Dallas to take on the Cowboys.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Rodgers now on first down. Open man here is Conklin. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. On second down, a run with Hall. And not much room to speak of. He'll get about 3 up to the 41. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Rodgers. He has a man. It's complete to Wilson. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one's a first down.
That's a play that will be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. A lot of similarities between these two teams, of course, apart from sharing the same stadium. And a lot of the things that they share right now, unfortunately, are not all positive. They were both 4-13 in 2021. And in fact, both share the worst record in the NFL the last 5 years, each going 22-59 and trying to get things turned around. Now Rodgers, and this is too far behind his man. He missed him. It's incomplete. And he's gonna miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and the deficit will stay at 2 field goals.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through. And that one winds up no good.
Saquon Barkley and the Giants offense set to kick off their next drive. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Jones now on third down. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Quentin Jefferson coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Jamie Gillen now on to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. And the Jets set to take the field. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
And only able to get two here. Stopped at the 30. Paul again. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To throw, it's Rodgers. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. It's caught by Davis. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw. Caught. It's Wilson. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Rodgers again now. And that is incomplete. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll run with Carter. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
Third and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Paul ought to give up the middle. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. A give up the middle to Carter. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Now this drive, they're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So here's Greg Zuerlein now as he'll try for the field goal. This from 44 yards out, left hash. Zerline's kick is up and through. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So if you like field goals, you've come to the right spot. We've had 3 so far.
Well, this is a football game, right?
It is.
You like that one, huh? You like where I went with that? How about that one?
I like it.
Okay, but hey, let's face it. In this game right now, both defenses have responded well. They're trying to hold the line on this. You just wonder if anyone can break through with a touchdown and put some pressure on their opposition.
New York ready to go again offensively. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Barkley, inside handoff. And he is going to lose yardage here. The Giants on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Jones. A quick pass here. He's got Shepard. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Now Jones. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Jets are going to take over at their own 41.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked off by Bobby Okereke. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. Carl Lawson. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Another try after the first down sack. Jones. And this will be caught. It's Isaiah Hodgins. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Throwing Jones. That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping, and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
A first down carry for Barkley. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Now Jones to throw on 3rd down. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. John Franklin Myers. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. But Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So Jones off, Graham Gano on here for the New York Giants field goal. This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt. Gano's kick is good, and they continue to lead in the battle of field goals here. It's now 9-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Over the middle and complete to Wilson. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Rodgers' throw here going to be caught by Wilson. First down now, but that clock rolling. To throw is Rodgers. He dumps this one off here to Hall. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And check down, complete to Hall. And he is going to lose yardage here. And again, it's Rodgers. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
Those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. And the Giants with one final possession here in this first half. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Jones on 1st down. Over the middle, he completes it to Robinson. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. To throw again on 2nd down. Jones. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He had the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right. So that would have been something from that distance, but to no avail. Comes up empty as we have reached the intermission. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. Week 3 of the preseason is here. Everyone wrapping up their exhibition schedule. No games for the league on Labor Day weekend, and then it all begins. The 17-game regular season gets underway on the Thursday after Labor Day with the NFL kickoff game. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they too didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. But the Jets head out on offense here to start this third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now. But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Handoff, running left. Here's Hall. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. On 2nd and 9. Rodgers. He gets it underneath to Hall. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. From midfield, here's Rodgers. Completes it to Davis. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Going old reliable there to the slot on third down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence because how do you cover? Do you go with the bigger guy to try and use size? Got to try to go with a quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand. Straight ahead is Hall. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. A handoff for Hall. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Zerline's kick is up and through. And that trims the lead to 3. It's 9-6 now. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll go to Barkley again. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
2
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Here's Jamie Gillen now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They'll start on the ground. Hall. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. On the draw, it's Hall. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. The quick feet by Jackson. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Meanwhile, Jones' throw brought in by Bellinger. Here's Jones from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. So out now come the Jets. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. On play action, it's Rodgers. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. A lot of bodies there in the middle of the field, and that one intercepted.
Yeah, he's looking for his tight end running a drag route across the field, and normally you'd like him to work a little bit further outside. Here the throw is a little early, and it winds up in the hands of the defender.
And the Giants ready to come out now. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Jones got his man complete over the middle. That's Robinson. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 61 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. As we surmise, Charles, most of the starting units still out there for this third quarter. First time this preseason that they played into the second half.
And that's by design. Most of the time by this point of the preseason, you want them to go into the half, cool down, and then come back out and warm up to start the third quarter like you would a regular season game. That's exactly what they wanted to get done.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal. Off the play fake, Jones. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. John Franklin Myers getting him once again his third sack of the afternoon.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. Back to throw. Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. That'll bring up fourth down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on third and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
Gano's kick is good, and they double their lead, pushing it up now to 12-6.
So they got the turnover, started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. The goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Throwing now is Rodgers. Flush to his right.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. Open man here is Conklin.
And he is going to have a Jets first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Rodgers again now. And a completion to Wilson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Now Rodgers. They will find Davis. That's complete.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
2nd and 6.
Here's a give to Hall. Takes this to the 45. Not much space after that broken tackle. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
They'll run with Hall.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Here's Hall again, and he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, they run with Carter. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Gonna look deep for Wilson. Touchdown, Jets. Garrett Wilson, 42 yards. And the Jets have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that will put them on top here in the 3rd. A 10-play drive that time. And Garrett Wilson capped things off with a touchdown grab. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. From the 6. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Jones. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Jones throw complete here to Waller. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there, and he did a lot of that on that play.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Throwing, Jones. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. On the draw, this is Barkley. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. And that one complete to Hodgins. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is caught at the 8.
And the Giants are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. He's got it. Touchdown. Darren Waller, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants have answered back with a 3rd-quarter touchdown of their own to retake the lead.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. But once again, here comes Garrett Wilson and the Jets offense.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st.
A first throw for the backup, Wilson. Complete. Smith has it. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
On 1st and 10, it's Carter. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Wilson. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 36. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. He'll buy some time right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. On 2nd down, it's Knight. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
They'll run with Carter.
And they'll get this down to the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal.
Now they'll get this to Mims on the Jets sweep.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown.
Denzel Mims.
A 10-yard touchdown run.
And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th.
Zerline now for the PAT. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was finished off with a 10-yard touchdown scamper. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25.
The possession switching back to the New York Giants. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back.
They'll start on the ground with Breida.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. But the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also
under pressure, and they got to him again.
Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to it.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away.
Taylor now to return it.
A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4.
And the Jets will take over.
The New York set to take the field.
Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter.
Now Wilson on 1st down. Being chased out left.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. We've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him.
On 2nd down, a run with Carter.
And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down.
Open man is Denzel Mims. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
A give, Carter running right.
And he stopped immediately there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Throwing is Wilson. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. 3rd down, trying to get a little bit closer. From here, the field goal would be 55 yards. Airing it out deep for Smith. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. What a tough spot to miss a kick. Just an absolute letdown.
Look, they got themselves in the field goal range, gave them a chance to take the lead. They come up empty, and now you wonder, will their offense ever see the football again?
Yeah, because on the other side, one through the post, and this thing could be over. Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Taylor.
He'll find Hodgins there complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Taylor. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla defenses. You're looking for guys that play with abandon, that just go out and make plays and kind of let their athletic ability take over in order for you to notice them. That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. They go play action with Taylor. Steps away, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's 2nd down.
And, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be, try to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
Now, I wonder what was going through his mind because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage. He wanted to keep that play alive, so either take off and go or throw it away. But he held on to the football and ended up getting sacked.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
On 3rd down, Taylor. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 34-yard line. A strong pickup of 11 keeps their drive alive. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Taylor. And this is caught inside the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, he's certainly trying to earn his way into some more looks in the offense once the regular season heats up. If he continues to make plays like that, I think QB1 will look his way a little more often once the regular season begins.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Breida.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
They'll try again.
And he is in. Touchdown, New York.
Matt Breida. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Giants have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th.
Did my eyes deceive me, or was that an I formation play that was just run there for a touchdown?
Little old school I.
How about that? Was that a fullback, tailback, running it into the end zone?
Well, that's what that fullback's for, right? That's why you use that. Let him pave the way.
Oh, without a doubt. He's an extra blocker, and he did his job well on that play.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. That time, a 9-play drive. And it was Matt Breida who had the touchdown run to put an end to it. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
Taken in at the 3. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field.
They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. Now Wilson. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack.
On third down, Wilson. He's got Smith here. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to make it fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
Yeah, he said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line.
They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him, 15 big yards. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Throwing now, Taylor on first down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Taylor incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Taylor will throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. Quentin Jefferson picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life.
And here's Taylor on the return.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So here is Wilson and the Jets. Down 27-20, a minute 52 to play. You can't say the preseason isn't interesting. This has been great as they come up 1st and 10.
Throwing now is Wilson. Able to find Mims. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
Now keep in mind, no overtime in the preseason. So without getting ahead of ourselves, we'll likely see a 2-point try should they get this in the end zone.
And at the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw here pulled in by Lazard. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Wilson to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now Wilson. He's going to let it fly.
And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And this is caught, but they say out of bounds. It would have been a first down, but he couldn't stay in, and as a result, they're going to have to give up the football. So the defense asked to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. And the Giants will kneel it here out of the victory formation. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
Well, partner, it's just preseason, but it always feels good to be in victory formation, taking the knee for the W.
Yeah, I've often thought to myself when I watch these preseason games, some teams need the wins more than others. You know, if you're established and you're used to winning, not quite the same. But if you're trying to learn how to win, it's important to get it done. And to be able to kneel down at the end, even better.
What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffer the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play, and getting it to midfield gave them that opportunity, hoping they could find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest, though.